Hello there. How are you? It's so great to see y'all this evening. It's me, KizzyB. I'm here with a special edition of Speak Life with KizzyB. I am going to introduce to you Thrive 30, which is a wellness program that I came up with. The name was previously Nutrition Reset 101, but we've now changed the name and revamped the program. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Thrive 30, tell you what it's all about, what the expectations of this program, and how did I come about with the name. This is just one of many informationals that I'm going to give you. And yeah, you probably see that I'm sitting here preparing. I was going to cut this before I went live and I realized how late it was. So y'all just hang in there with me. I'm going to see if I can cut this watermelon. For tonight, I'm making a watermelon cucumber with citrus spinach salad. Really good with a drizzle of honey. And of course, y'all know every night I do a tea. Woo! This is a really good jasmine tea, and I'm just going to add a little honey to it. I may not add honey because I really don't need it. So, yeah, I like to have a jasmine tea. Sometimes I'll do a mint basil tea. And so, anyway, let's get started. Do me a favor. If you're first time here, I'd like for you to share the broadcast, tag a few people, get them in. I want to make sure you can hear me, that my volume is loud. If I need to turn my volume up, somebody let me know in the comments. Let me know where you're from. I like to shout you out. And I'm not going to be here long. So if you're popping in and out, if you're hanging there for a few seconds, I'm going to give you more information about Thrive 30, and then we'll be on our way. Yeah, I am excited that you're here. And as you can tell, my camera is above. So I've been sitting here like, which way is the camera? I think this is where the camera is. So y'all ignore if my eyes are not looking directly at the camera. I'm just excited to be here. So y'all just come on in with me and share it. I'm going to do that first. So yeah, you see me with my beautiful seeded watermelon. I'm going to cut this in just a few seconds. I was actually supposed to have it done before I came on live, but I had a few little interruptions. So oops, we're going to cut it together. And this is a seeded watermelon. So we get to see some of the components of how to pick a really good watermelon. And Thrive 30, we talk a lot about nutrition. We talk a lot about wellness. I do cooking classes. That's why I want you to be a part of the program. I love doing live cooking classes and show you that eating does not have to be boring. Okay. Nutrition does not have to be boring. I'm not going to have you eat no rice cakes, styrofoam with some dry peanut butter on it. That's not the way we do this. I love food that is alive to help you thrive. Okay, so that's one of our themes, teaching you how to eat food that is alive to help you thrive. This is Thrive 30, and one of the components of it is mind, body, and spirit. So we do talk about mind reset. We talk about how to get the physical body reset. I give you my personal testimony of my own struggles. And everybody got their story. I'm just saying, we all have a story. We all have a beginning, we have a middle, and hopefully by the time we get to the end of that story, we have given God all the glory. All right. So right now, we're just going to talk through these health components. I do believe that health starts with the mind. I believe everything starts with the mind. That's the way God designed us. And I believe that you have to reset the way you think about nutrition. For the years, you've heard of fad diets. You've heard of I'm not going to name all of them now, but you heard of so many ways to try to give you a quick fix. But I am interested in keeping the weight off. You'll see my theme says, lose the weight for good. Because once we lose it, you have to have the mindset, the Thrive 30 mindset, to keep it off by using practical principles, not fad diets. I'm not against, and I want to make sure I say this up front before I cut into this watermelon. Y'all got to see how juicy this is, a seeded watermelon. But anyway, I'm not against if someone has to use tools to help with their initial weight loss. But I will say this, even if you use any of those tools, you hear the buzzword about the GLPs, you hear the buzzword about weight loss surgery, you hear the buzzword about fat diets. But here's the perfect thing that I want you to understand. All of those things work and all of them don't work, period. Why? Because if your mindset is not changed, those are temporary fixes. I don't want you to have a temporary fix. Thrive 30 is talking about how to finally coming to a conclusion that I can take control over my health. Your wellness is not just the physical body. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk a lot about that physical body. It's more so the mindset. What's going on in your mental psyche? What's happening? And let me help you understand this. Everybody out here already have some type of belief system about nutrition. I'm not one sided. Y'all, come on, give me some comments. I need to know where y'all coming from. Make sure you're here listening, and you're a part of this discussion. I will not be here very long. So let me do my share right quick before I cut into my watermelon. Ha. All right, let me share and get y'all in here. Yes, this is an impromptu. I did not pre-schedule it. Y'all should know KizzyB by now. Whenever there is something that comes in my heart, I'm going to just come on in here and share it with you. And I care about the people of God. I care about your nutrition. I care about you being healthy. I care about all of you. So look, I'm sharing. That was loud. I have my earbuds in and it's really loud. All right, so let me get a few of y'all in here. Hey, Miss Rhonda. I see Rhonda, Bree Brown, and Esther. Hey, guys. Thank y'all for being here. It's always so great to see you. Let me know where you're listening in from. Share the broadcast. Tag a few more people in here. I'm not going to be very long, and I'm pretty sure y'all want to see what's in this watermelon, right? Y'all want to see how it is. I bought this from the farmer's market. And I am one who will, number one, I look for marks on my watermelon because if it's all polished and neat and pretty, that's not the sweetest watermelon. And then here's another thing, y'all. You don't want them really big because then they're really watery. I'm not interested in that. And then you can look, I don't know if I can turn it because I have a knife in there. Got to be careful. Food safety. Gotta be careful. But there's a tail on there that's dried up. It's not green. So that means this has set long enough to go ahead and give me the benefits of a fresh watermelon. I'm excited about cutting it open. All right, so I shared the page. I see a few of you coming in. What is this all about? We're talking about Thrive 30. It is a community that I have. The name was Nutrition Reset 101. But we changed the name. The reason why I changed the name this year is because I want you to understand that your nutrition is important for you to thrive, but we're going to focus on mind, body, and spirit, all wholeness to make you whole. And the very first thing we do out the bat is talk about the mindset. Everyone has a belief system. Well, just so you'll know my history, I am a board certified, nationally certified registered dietitian. That means I didn't go in a 6-week program to get some certificate and call myself a registered dietitian. No, I graduated from Louisiana State University in 2000, and I completed a 1-year internship at Southern University in 2001. And ever since then, I've hit the ground running. I've worked in every aspect of nutrition. I've done research. I've worked with doctors. I've created programs. So my knowledge base is expert. I'm an expert in nutrition. I'm very proud to say that because I've studied how food impacts the body. So with that being said, a lot of times we look on the internet and we try to Google answers that may not give you the deep answer that you may be seeking after. And I will say this again, most of what you need is going to come in by changing your thought process of what you believe nutrition is all about. Nutrition is not, let me eliminate all the white foods in my diet. I've heard people say that for years. I'm like, some of those white foods are actually really beneficial to give you the nutrients you need. Or let me eliminate all the carbs. Well, did you know your body needs fuel to run? Or let me lower the fat. Well, there are such things as healthy fat. So you see how the fad diets can give you all sorts of erroneous information that is not going to lead for a healthier person long term. Okay, so let's cut this watermelon. Thank y'all for being here. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Oh, look, and also this comes from the farmer's market. So I tried growing, let me just tell y'all right quick, Rhonda, I tried growing cucumbers this year and they started to flower. I did not know that I was supposed to pollinate my flower for the cucumber. I'm new to this, right? So my cucumbers started and then they just wilted away. I gave up. I was like, let me try this again next year. So I went to the farmer's market and they had like the perfect size cucumbers. I don't like them really big because they get bitter. So they had the perfect size cucumbers. I'm going to add this. I have some spinach. This is a green salad. I have lime, basil, and watermelon. So I guess it's not really green because I'm going to add this watermelon to it and a drizzle of honey. So let's see what's in this watermelon. Y'all come on in here. Let's see. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have to mute this camera because let me tell you, this bad boy is huge. And I was going to cut it prior to coming on. My thumb is tucked. I love teaching cooking, and I love teaching safety. So you'll see my thumb is tucked, and I'm firm hand. I have towels under the watermelon so it won't roll away. And I'm just going to come straight down with it. Oh, Kizzy, cut away from your wrist. I know, y'all. I do know food safety. Okay. When you cut, make sure you cut away from your wrist. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just give it one more cut down. Cut away. Don't do as I do. And I'm going to just roll it so that it won't jerk forward. Oh, that smells so good. I like the fact that you can get the aroma before you even cut all the way down. So yeah, so far so good. Let me go down one more time. And we're going to just pop it open. Did y'all hear that? Now look at the inside. Of course, the first thing you see is seeds. If it don't have seed, it ain't a fruit. Okay, fine. I know there are seedless fruit, and most people like the taste of seedless fruit. This smells amazing. Oh my goodness. Yes. So this watermelon, I'm going to chop up a little bit of it. Look, that's what I was telling you about the brown. You see how it's been on the ground? So you don't want the prettiest watermelon. You want one a little marked up, and you get this beautiful. Can y'all see that? All right, so we're going to cut this. I have tons of towels below me because, of course, it's wet. So I'm just going to take and give it a little. There's this really cool tool on TikTok, and you can take and grade the watermelon in this little cool tool. I'm going to buy that. So for now, I'm going to use this knife. My hands are clean, and we're just going to cube a little bit of this out and put it in my salad. Yes. Okay, so we're going to pop that out. And look at this. Yes. This is what you want. I'm going to bring it closer so y'all can see it. You want your watermelon with seed. It smells fresh. Wow, that is super good. That is super, super good. Okay, so let's finish talking about Thrive 30 while I cut this and add it to my bowl. And I'm going to add some spinach to my salad because why not? I love spinach. I'm going to add some fresh basil. You can add ginger. I'm going to also put some lime and lemon in there and some oranges because why not? So this is a citrus summer salad. You know what I did forget? My daughters love to, especially my oldest, she liked to add feta cheese to hers. I'm going to leave the cheese out tonight, but you can also add feta cheese. So anyway, Thrive 30, we're going to start this program. Actually, we start now. I mean, what better time than to start your health journey than now? Let me ask y'all something. What excuses you're going to make? You know, I heard somebody say, well, I'm not a Monday starter. Well, too bad. We're going to start now. Because if you forever make excuses, then you're not going to ever come to agreement that the time is now, right? So if I forever make excuses as to why I can't do something, I'll never come into agreement that the time is now. I think that's enough watermelon for this salad. It's not a very big salad. And then I'm going to add a little cucumber to it. Not too much. So what would make you, and I'm asking this question, so yeah, go ahead and put in the comment, hey, Ms. Rhonda, what would make you not want to start now on your fitness journey? I know Miss Rhonda, she is phenomenal. Rhonda, you don't mind me. I call her my sunshine. Love her so much, but she's phenomenal. She's definitely an example in her community to exercise and encourage others to do so. I love that about Rhonda. She encourages them to take the leap. You know, there are support systems. With Thrive 30, we have support systems, so you're not doing this journey alone. I walk you through hand in hand. Let me tell you a little bit about me, just in case somebody don't really know my story. Look at that. I mixed all of it together. Can y'all see that? And I'm just going to add a little bit of lime. Yes. Uh-oh. Do not drop that. Okay. I don't want to drop any knives because that will be a problem. So we're going to add some lime juice to this. I love lime. And I'm going to take a drizzle of honey. Now I have this honey. Can y'all see? My honey has a honeycomb in it because I like local honey. It is medicinal. It heals the body. So you can tell I've been using my jar, and we are all the way down to the honeycomb. Oh my goodness. Can y'all see it? That is a honeycomb in there. So tomorrow I'm going to have to pass by. He lives in our neighborhood. And yes, you can eat that honeycomb. I usually save it. So I'm just going to put a small drizzle. You don't need a lot of honey. And I usually have a little spoodle, but that's okay. We're just going to drizzle that on top. And the beautiful thing is this has healing properties in the honey. So you're probably saying, man, Kizzy, that was quick. Yeah, this is quick. This is nutritious. It is balanced. And these are the things that we talk about in Thrive 30. We talk about how can you mix a combination. Have any of you ever tried spinach with oranges, cucumber, watermelon, basil, and lime? I don't have a name for this. We just mix stuff together. And like I said, my daughter, she'll usually put like something a little bit sour. She'll put a little cheese to give it a little bit of unami taste. Look at that. So good. So it's like a sweet, savory. If you put I have spinach in there, and it's so good, nutritious, very well balanced. That lime and honey gives the perfect balance. Very good. Did y'all notice? I didn't put any dressing on there. No dressing. Perfect. Okay. So I'll put that aside and eat it later. I still have my tea. And let me tell you a little bit about my story. I got another 7 minutes. Woo. Hey, Gertrude, so good to see you. And let me tell you something. It tastes so good. It looks delicious, but it tastes so good. And this is food that we talk about, live food. Food that is alive helps heal the body. In Thrive 30, I tell you the nutrition components of each of these food and how it actually functions in the body. So I do believe that you should eat well-balanced food. Now, you might say, is that all we're going to eat is fresh fruit and vegetables? No, but it will be at least 70% of your meals. You want to eat food that's alive to thrive, right? So 70% of your meals per day should come from some sort of a live source. We'll talk about proteins and all that also, because you don't have to eat animal protein to get a balance of amino acids. What? Seriously, I haven't eaten animal protein in probably 3 years now. And I do this every now and again. I am not against you if you eat animal protein. Let that be clear in Thrive 30. You're not going to hear me say, well, you have to be a vegan. You have to be a vegetarian. Maybe if that's what you choose, you can go to another program. But for me, I like well balanced. So if you say you prefer not to eat meat, I'll guide you in that. I can coach you with that. If you prefer to have less meat, I can teach you which ones are better. Like, you're not going to eat fried chicken every meal. Hello. You're not going to eat fried chicken every week. But if you have fried chicken for a family gathering, so be it. So be it. We're not gonna beat you on the head just because you decide to eat some fried chicken or fried fish. Okay? So it's called balance. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about my story. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gertrude, for being here. Thank you, Jackie, for being here. Yes. It is a challenge to find a seeded water. Oh my goodness. I went, Jackie, to let me think. I went to like 3 different stores. No, it was 2. Saturday to find this, and the farmers market is where I found it. But when we got there, I'm very picky. Like I said, Jackie, I don't want them really big because I think that the flavor is lost the bigger they get. So I'm very picky. I look for one that's about the size that I can handle without being too heavy. So I looked at it, and then I told you, excuse me, I told you that we look for the browning because that means it's set on the ground long enough. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about my story. I'm going to let you guys go. I told you I'm only going to be here a short period of time. If you like to sign up for Thrive 30. I want you to go to my Facebook page, Kizzy Bryden, or you can go to Speak Life with Kizzy B. There is a private group. I just changed the name. And Jackie, I know you're already in the group. It was called Nutrition Reset 101. I changed the name to Thrive 30 Wellness because I am your health coach to help you get through these challenges, mind, body, and spirit, to help reset your health. And that's what we're here for. We're going to help one another. I walk with you through the program. So you probably say, Kizzy, how did this come about? What made you go into talking about this, even though my career is as a registered dietitian? Well, I will tell you my own personal struggles. Now, we only have 5 more minutes, so you're not going to get the whole story. I'll give you a quick glance. And then when you join the private group, I'll pop in there and talk to you more about this program. All right, so you got to join. You have to join Thrive 30. I'm expecting you to be in there. Okay, so here's the rundown. I personally struggled with weight issues all of my life, and I looked at some. Uh oh. Okay. I looked at some pictures of myself from when I was younger. I was very active in the marching band. I was in color guard. So we moved about a lot, but I've always had a struggle with the physical weight. What I learned is that my inner person was healthy and strong. You know, you do your doctor's appointments and my labs were always perfect. I didn't have any internal issues, but externally, it was like, what can we do to change this? Well, some of it is genetics. My mom will always tease and say, girl, you inherit those, honestly. Thanks, Mom. She would say, you honestly inherit all of that. And I'm like, but can we change it? So I did. When I was around 19, 20 years old, I went on this pill. Now, I'm not giving y'all my whole history, but I went on this pill called Adipex. I quickly learned that Kizzy body does not, NOT, like any type of medication, like none. So prior to that, I wasn't on medicine. I took my doctor, it was doctor given. My doctor gave me this prescription. I was like 19. I just started school at LSU. And I went and I talked to my doctor, and he gave me this pill called Adipex. My God, today, do anybody out there remember Adipex? Jesus, Lord, have mercy. When I tell you it had my heart racing, let's not even go down that story. But just know this, I knew that that was not the answer. So weight loss drugs was not the answer for me. So we had to cancel that. And then I tried some fat dieting, exercise. I used to run when I was at LSU until I fell and hurt my knee. So I made an excuse to not exercise ever again. And so I struggled with the physical weight, but internally I was healthy. And I'm like, how is that? How is it that I'm struggling on the physical weight side, but internally my blood work was perfectly well aligned? And I noticed something. My mind, number one, I always had the mindset of living healthy. Number two, the food that I took in. So just let's see, I have another minute with y'all. My mind changed to help the body adjust when any type of sickness or disease will process through the body. And you notice I use that word process through. You do not own sickness and disease. All right. So again, Thrive 30, I teach you the mindset change, the components of the nutrition that you should take in, and then the physical element of it. That's when I do get help. Because let me tell y'all, I'm not the best with the physical part, but I know it's important. I have my brother, Ken Romaz. He has a program called Romway, and he is a fitness guru. When you're in Thrive 30, you're going to hear him. He speaks his testimony. You will see how he was able to shred a ton of weight in I think it was less than 6 months. And he used some physical elements and some nutrition components. So we merged those together. I've had much success with weight loss and some failures. And I don't call them failures. I just say that we learn to do it differently and learn it better. Okay. For me personally, the tools that are out there, most of them didn't work. So I have to use what I do know based on the mental ability, the physical ability, and what are you taking in with the nutrients that you eat and the spiritual aspect. So we combine them all together with 530. Okay. So I look forward to seeing you there. My time is up. I told you I wasn't going to keep y'all all day. If you're watching the replay, hello, great to see you. I will be popping on again. These are pop ups because I'm getting my culture, I'm getting my community together. But I do need you to do me a favor tonight. Go to Thrive 30. You can find it on Kizzy B on my Facebook page. You can also find it on my Speak Life page, Speak Life with Kizzy B, and you can find it on Thrive 30 Wellness. I'm your health coach, Kizzy B. I love you all. It's so great to be here. I got my tea. Yes, I have my salad. If y'all just tuning in, I made a watermelon. Just watermelon, spinach, cucumber, oranges, basil, and lime and honey. I don't have a name for it. I just mix it all together. And this is our salad for tonight. I also I didn't make soup. I have red beans and rice for the rest of the family to eat. Yes, you can eat red beans and rice. I am totally not against eating red beans and rice. So, yep, that's what they're going to eat. I love you all with the love of Christ. Until next time, go with peace, power, love, and a sound mind. That is the portion God has given you on this day and every day. Go with the power of the Christ. I can't wait to spend more time with you. Thrive 30. Come on, join the group. We can do this 30 days at a time. I love y'all. Bye.